The mathematicians' patterns, like the painters or the poets, must be beautiful. The ideas, like the colors or the words, must fit together in a harmonious way. Beauty is the first test. There's no permanent place in the world for ugly mathematics. G. H. Hardy, A Mathematician's Apology. What is mathematics reading? When we talk about mathematics, we probably think about numbers and formulas and shapes and graphs, things like that. But when we talk about studying mathematics, what are we really studying? One might say math is the study of numbers, but this cannot be further from the truth. Numbers are merely some of the symbols we use for studying mathematics. We can express our ideas using numbers, but except in a few branches of math, we don't study the numbers themselves. Instead, we say mathematics is the study of patterns. When we talk about patterns, you might think of the designs on wallpapers that repeat themselves over and over again. Mathematical patterns are things that repeat that we can recognize with our minds. Some numbers form patterns, like skip counting by twos or threes. The Fibonacci sequence, a sequence where each number is obtained by adding the previous two numbers, is also a pattern. Pascal's triangle is another famous pattern. But mathematical patterns aren't just numbers, they can also be rules. For example, you might know that the area of a rectangle is given by the product of its length and width. The formula A equals L times W is a pattern that results from the fact that you can obtain the area of a rectangle the same way for any rectangle. All formulas are also examples of a pattern. Mathematicians look for patterns, describe patterns, classify patterns, formalize patterns, and explain patterns. We express those patterns as ideas in the form of postulates, axioms, theorems, formulas, equations, and proofs. Some patterns are less obvious. Imagine you're about to sleep one night, you have a meeting to go to in the morning, so you set your alarm at a certain time because you know how long it takes you to get ready. That's a pattern. Then you decide you have to leave by a particular time because maybe if you leave later than that, traffic will be heavier. That's also a pattern. Then, when you leave, you decide to take the train because you know it goes faster. Or maybe you decide to take the bus because it's less crowded. Those are patterns. We base a lot of our decisions on patterns. Mathematics is thinking that is based on patterns. So, when you're learning mathematics, remember to pay attention to the patterns. It will help you a lot to understand why things are and why we solve things a certain way. In the next video, we will talk about how to learn mathematics. See you then!